Gemini, welcome back. Divine Essence Tarot. So let's take a look. I want to see tonight how you showed up in the connection versus how the person that you were dealing with, how they showed up. All right. So a little you versus them, right? But I want to take a look at the oracles first. Then we'll dive into the tarot. Okay. And let's just get a little preview. Spirit guides, angels, divine ancestors, please shine the light on what we need to see. Fighting. It says trust issues, one-sided and detached. So this is someone, they're just showing me that the connection that you had with this person was very volatile. You guys got into it a lot of arguing, disagreements. This could have been you guys like physically getting into it, getting into each other's face. Things could have gotten physical for some of you. Others, not physical, but more verbal. And I feel like it all breaks down to trust. There could have been trust issues on both sides, Gemini. But you felt like this was one-sided, possibly. You could have felt like you were more involved than your partner. You could have felt like you could have felt like this person was, because it says detached. You could feel like maybe they pulled back from you and they weren't giving you everything that they could have given when it comes to the connection and making it work. So you could have felt like they their energy at some point, maybe they started off strong and then towards the end of your relationship they started to pull back and they became detached. I do see that. Tell me more, Spirit. Mind games, immature, testing you, analyzing you. Someone here in the connection played mind games. Could have been you, could have been them. We know energy can go either way. We can flip-flop it. Somebody came in, they were very strategic. You see on this card, they're playing chess. One of you could be a chess player or interested in learning how to play chess. But the card says immature, testing you, analyzing you. So one of you was very immature, no matter what age you are. And you came in playing games. You could have started fights or arguments with this person, and that was your way of testing them to see how much they cared about you or to see how far you could go with them, what you could get away with. And someone was very analytical, okay, which is totally an air sign, right? Air signs are completely analytical. We're in our heads quite a bit. And I'm a Libra sun, so I know. But you strategized with this person. Possibly you could have tried to manipulate this individual. And if this is not you that did this, Gemini, this was your person that had these qualities. Tell me more, Spirit. Rock bottom, karma, jail, legal issues, life falling apart. Somebody here is not doing good. One of y'all is really, could be fighting a legal case at this time. You could have a lot of court situations like warrants, fines, child support, things like this. And you could feel like you have hit rock bottom. Somebody could have went to jail here. Not all of you, or you could just feel like you're in a prison. Mentally, you could also be in a spiritual prison. Okay, there is a spiritual prison, guys. All right, look into it. So, but you feel like maybe you're going through some type of karma at this time. You could be feeling like, damn, why me? Why is all these things happening to me? One of you feels like that. Like, why are everything is just crumbling? What did I do to deserve this? Somebody feels that. Bottom of the deck, Gemini, we have contemplation, unsure, choices, and decisions. All right, so maybe that was part of the issue here with you and this person, that someone couldn't make a choice. Somebody was indecisive, which is an air sign all the way. But someone couldn't decide whether they wanted a long-term, stable, solid relationship, or if they wanted to keep things casual, or friend-based, more of a, a friendship than a relationship. Somebody was on the fence, and that really, the fact that whoever it was, whether it was you or them, that you were unsure, whoever this was unsure, they didn't make a solid choice. That was part of the issue here of why things probably fell apart. And if it's not that scenario, that it could be that right now you could be contemplating on what to do now that the relationship has ended. Do you try to reconnect with the person? Do you stay away from them? Give them the space that they want? It's like, and I also feel like you don't know what to do because you haven't been talking to your person. So you don't know what space they're in, and you don't want to come in and rock the boat. And when you guys will wind up doing this again, right? Fighting and arguing. You're trying to avoid that. So you don't know what to do. Now, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the tarot, right? Gemini, and see, how did this person show up? How did you show up? Right? And what's the advice? What's the advice for Gemini spirit? How did their person show up? How did your person show? Okay. Ace of Wands, which came reversed. I'll show you guys in the upright. Okay. This clearly was a missed opportunity. They want me to know that you guys, you both had like high hopes. There was a lot of passion here. You both were attracted to each other. That's for sure. I see that you guys did engage in sex and romance. And in the beginning, you both felt like it had a lot of promise. And you both had the drive to really make things happen. However, being it came reversed, it just shows that they want me to know that this was a missed opportunity. You guys are no longer together, and that what you both wanted, it just didn't come to be. Tell me more about how the person showed up, though. Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. This is the Queen of Pentacles reversed, all right? There's no gender when it comes to tarot, but this person could have, being that there's pentacles here, they could have Earth in their chart, which is Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But it just shows that when they came in, the energy that they had, they could have been selfish. You could have looked at this person as being very selfish, self-centered, and you could have felt like this person didn't think about your needs and what you had going on. They were more so self-focused. And I feel, too, that you could have, if for some of you, felt like this person was more concerned with material things than the actual connection. They could have wanted money, or wanted you to buy them things, or things like this, spend money on them more than actually build the foundation. That's something that could have definitely happened here. How did you show up? Wheel of Fortune. You were ready to take a chance with this person. You were ready to spin the wheel, see what happened. And I also just feel like with this Wheel of Fortune that you were open to however this played out. If it would have been just a friendship, you would have been okay with that. If it was going to turn out to be a love relationship, you were cool with that as well. But you didn't put too much pressure on this. You just wanted things to unfold naturally. And, let the chips fall where they fall. Let me see more, Spirit. And Ace of Swords. So you were very honest with this person, I can see. You came in, you didn't hold anything back. You let them know where you stood, what you were thinking, how you were feeling, most of the time. And you were willing to talk things out. I see that, with this Ace of Swords, you wanted a new beginning with them. You wanted a fresh start. You have been through a lot when it comes to relationships. And that's something that you look to them as they could definitely be the one that you could start this new connection with and be on a new journey with. What's the advice for Gemini spirit? Knight of Pentacles. They're saying take your time at this time, whatever time it takes, whether it's months or however long it may take you to really come to terms with what happened here. If you're thinking about reaching out to this person, take your time and do it. Don't just rush into it and spontaneously hit them up, because that's not going to end well. They're saying take your time, be very patient, and also they're saying that with this, when you talk to them, hear this other person out, hear them out, hear what they are feeling and what they've been dealing with since the connection. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah. Don't be selfish, guys. Don't be selfish and self-centered. That's what